I'm sure that everyone is having a good time, right? Okay. Happy to have you in the session, students. We have about 570 plus students here. The numbers, they are increasing, so that's okay. So what I'll do is I'll quickly read out the general guidelines for all of you, and then we'll begin with all our conversations and other topics that we have to cover today. So keep your okay, you're requested to keep a note of your query. That you can type your queries in the chat box and they will be taken up by me. Avoid any sort of crosstalk, students, or don't cause any disruption during the session. And this session, as you can see, it is being recorded. It will be available in your course after the session. If any recording takes some extra time, then you have to be patient. There can be a day or two when the recording will be published. Recording by any means, that is photographing, audio taping, or videotaping of any presentations or cited, so you may not copy, reproduce, distribute, publish, display, perform, modify, create derivative works, transmit, or in any way exploit any such content, nor may you distribute any part of this content over any network. That it is the first time that they are in the class, so there might be some new admissions here. And I must tell you that we have already discussed three modules. Okay, we have discussed first three modules, and today we'll be discussing the fourth module. And I think there is a student who's asking me to discuss co-pact, so no worries, I'll just quickly take you through co-pact also, no issues. Apart from that, any questions? Yes, so recording, for example. So I think recording isn't available for the third module yet, but I have already talked to people. They will be writing, they will be making sure that the recording is made available to you as soon as possible, either tomorrow or by Monday. Is that clear, students? No, it is actually the fourth session, Hisham. The third session happened in the last week. The recording isn't yet available, so you'll have to wait for at least 2-3 days before we publish that. Okay? Anything else, students? I have no understanding of any WhatsApp group or whatsoever, so you shouldn't be asking that to me. All right. So, did you have lunch, breakfast, anything before coming to the class, students? Anything? Yes, simulation assessment is important. You must take the simulation assessment, everyone, of course. So, all right. So, some people had lunch, some people had breakfast, some people didn't have breakfast. So, I'm assuming that all of you here are done with your breakfast. Okay. I did not have breakfast at all, but I will have after this session. Okay. So, anyway, let us begin with the session today. Yes. Okay, so some students are telling me that they're having breakfast while attending the same. Great. All right. So again, welcome to the session. Good morning to the fourth module, professional communication. This fourth module is somewhere interesting. Also at the same time, in today's time, it is being seen as, hey, we don't really do it manually, which is reports. So reports, as an extensive exercise in any multinational company, any organization, is a very important document. Why people take in reports or how they help in is somewhere linked with how we have discussed about meetings in the last session. Do you remember, students, we talked about meetings? We talked about why meetings are important and how it is used. And MOM, remember, minutes of the meeting. We take complete register of what was discussed in meeting. Why? For documentation, for registering, for keeping everything in line, that what happened in the what you call what happened in the meeting, etc., to keep a note of everything. Now we have reports. Now reports fall in the same line as meetings. Now reports are everything that has been done in the organization or the company that you work in. Okay, and here reports make a complete assemblance of all the actions, of all the results that happen with it or along with it. So very interesting topic, and let's see how we break into this concept of reports. Okay, everyone, are you with me? Can you just say yes, ma'am? We are here. You can just write down yes. All right. Thank you, everyone. Now let's see what report mean. In your own terms, can you tell me what is a report? In your own terms. Anyone? A report. Reporting something, it's a brief summary of something, written document, feedback to give some information. Very good. Report is basically a formal, okay, note, documentation, explanation. Very good. Summarized information, data submission. Very good. Very good. Report is a record of information. All right. Uh, Presentation of information. Very good. Very good, Raj. Um, Define everything what you know. All right, thank you. Overview of any topic. Thank you so much, students. So yes, you all are right in your own ways. So report is exactly, when you're presenting ideas, information, clearly for the basis of understanding for your peers, for your stakeholders, anyone, right? So it's a formal document. That is the first thing that you all should know. And some a student has written blood report. Now I want to, of course, it looks like, really funny, but it's not funny. He's right. When you get a checkup done and then there's a report with all of your, everything that is there, your blood report, your stats, everything, correct? So that is also, yes, a report. There's a, assimilation of all the findings and facts and everything. It's a detailed analysis, Jishan. Very good. So, report is definitely, first of all, a formal document. That is clear to all of you. Formal document. Then it is also structured. If it is formal, it is structured. Then there are analysis done. Okay, there is information. There are findings. So all of these things are there, as well as recommendation. Even in a blood report, you'd see that, like for example, in Healthian's blood report, I always see that of course everything is there, analysis, finding, information. There's also some recommendations that you should probably, if there is, deficiency of any particular mineral, iron, or anything, they just, tell you that, you could probably eat this to get better. Now this is of course different. It is also formal, it is also structured. When it comes to now communication in the corporate world, in the companies, in the organization, you also have reports in the same manner. You have a detailed understanding of things. Understanding, by understanding, I mean there's information, there is actions, there are findings, there's analysis, and also recommendation that probably next time we could do better by employing such actions or employing such alternatives, right? So a report in a business is an essential concept which helps you to perform better. One, it also helps in maintaining documentation of the things that are being done, everything, right? So it's an important document. It's a formal and structured document which includes everything to improve upon the working of the organization. There's a student who's telling me my voice is breaking or lagging. Is it like that, students? Can you hear me perfectly well? Okay, all right. So everyone is saying that my voice is clear. So I think please check your network, Soumya. Maybe there is something like that. And see, at my place, the signals are doing well, and my voice is also like that. All right. So there's a question by Vishnu. Vishnu asks, can a report contain personal opinion? I should tell you that report should always have factual information. If you'll have biases, it will become your stated document and not a unbiased report. So no, the reports shouldn't have any personal opinions, right? Moving further, all right. Okay, yeah. Can we move ahead now? All right. So now you can see in front of you on the slide a report. It is a formal document that presents information. Now take this word presence very important, very keenly. Okay, presence. Okay, so I should now make it clear that report is not just a theoretical uh, document. And when I say own, it's not a theoretical document, what do I mean? Ratnajit is saying, ma'am, can we say report as a feedback? Not exactly a feedback. It doesn't have to be a feedback. You start preparing a report at the end of a project or at the beginning of the project. Mostly it's at the end of a project or an event. So it's not exactly a feedback, but in a way maybe it is, but not exactly. Now, student says, yes, just a second. Visual presentation, it's about action, it's practical and factual. Report is a summary, very good. It includes year-end data, very good. Um, all right. So Vishal has not received the books. I understand that. Okay, Vishal. Vishal, see, I cannot do anything about that, and we'll talk later. Maybe that will be, I might be just, distracting myself there. But don't worry, there will be someone who'd speak to you. All right. So yes, practical, factual, based on real data, and yes. So it is verbal and it is written document, and definitely what you have is a combination of theory, that is written document, as well as a visual representation of data. And when I say visual representation of data, what do I mean by that, everyone? When I say a report also includes a visual representation of data, okay, PPT, fine. Graphs, charts, very good. Pie, everything, yes. So if you just write down for 18, 20 pages, let's say, I'm just saying there are 18 and 20 pages, okay, of a report, and you give that report to your, let's say, a managing director or a CEO or a CFO, all of these leadership roles, they, do you think, have enough time to read it like a novel, read it like a story? No, right? Yes, it becomes less engaging, right? It becomes really a burden to read everything. Yes. So, a report will always include a visual representation of what you have mentioned. So, there are going to be pie charts or tables or graphs to give you a proper understanding, and of course an engaging and capturing tool is used to make the report all the more interesting, accessible, and of course you can go through it in a speedy manner also. Yeah. All right. Chanakya says, but aren't reports supposed to be super detailed along with visual aids? Yes, I did not say that they are short. I just said that it would always include the visual representation of what you have written or what has been theoretically explained, so that a person, if who is not able to read the whole thing, like of course we have chairpersons and everyone, so they can at least have a quick understanding of the visual graphs and everything. Right? Is that correct, students? Is that fine? All right. So I'll just read it from the slide for all of you. Please listen to me very carefully. A report is a formal document that presents information, findings, analysis, or recommendations on a specific topic or subject. Reports are commonly used in business, academia, research, government, and various professional contexts. I think anywhere you're working, reports can be used. And I think if reports are not being used at your working place, you should start doing that. A person should have their own report system working for them. Like, even if you are employed and no one is asking for a report, you should have a report made for yourself, like the way you're working. It is like you're all in professional communication, and definitely some people would be from MBA, MCA, MJMC, all of those, right? Asus is asking, is it a live session? Yes, I'm here. It is a live session. So, what I was saying is that even if your company, your organization doesn't ask it, you should be maintaining a record of your work. It gives you an understanding of how you're going. So, yes, you can have Excel sheets maintained or a PowerPoint presentation. All of that really help you. And verbal. Yes. Shaheen also gives an example, student report card. Yes, very good. It's also all right. All right. So I'll do that. You're right. Okay, students, I'll just move ahead. So they serve several purposes, including informing decision making, documenting activities, and communicating results. So can you just correlate the creation of report with decision making, students? Can you just help me understand? Like you created or or one of your colleagues created a report, how will that report help in decision making? Can anyone tell me? No, Samrita, there's no as such, a word limit as such. Yeah. Okay, Deepak says product sale, very good. Data, knowledge transfer, helps understand where is company going. Very good. Very good, Om. Uh, by report, we can analyze and take decision using factual data. Decisions can be taken. Very good. Understood. I hope this is clear to all of you then. So there are decision made based on the reports, analysis to record. Very good. So there's documenting activities, there's communicating results. Very good. And Burjia says, Yasin, we are in a meeting. Okay, there are 10 of us and the meeting is over. Now it was my job to summarize what happened in the meeting. That is called minutes of the meeting. What happened, what one said, what are the courses of action that one has to take, all of that. It's just a summary of the what you call meeting. But report has everything else also. There is analysis. It's a detailed explanation. It's not just it's ABC and ABC. No, there are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So it is going to be including all things, analysis done and projections made, etc. Okay, is that clear to everyone? All right. So who are the audiences of report, students? Yes, can you see this slide? Reports are tailored to a specific audience. Okay, for example, if I have to write a report for my students, it's going to be different. If I have to write a report for my colleagues or fellow professors, it's going to be different. So it always gives a particular way with respect to the audiences that it has been created for, right? So reports are tailored to a specific audience or stakeholders who need the information presented in the report. Always maintain that you have presented with a report. It's not always right written in a report. It should always be presented in a report. The language, tone, and level of detail may vary according to the company that you're working at and based on audience's knowledge and interest. So, for example, reports can have jargons. I hope you all understand jargons as in technical terms because you're writing in the right, so the company must be aware of jargons. Jargons are technical words, students. Okay, for example, a doctor will know so many terms which we wouldn't be knowing. Those are called medical jargons. Someone from IT would know certain terms which I wouldn't know, who's teaching communication. So that is going to be technical jargons, right? All right. Sanskar says, ma'am, report helps in provide. Yes. Sadia says we need to understand first in order to make others understand. Very good. If we understand, we can explain it to someone else. And Ramsha is asking, are there any demerits of a report? No, there are no demerits of a report. The difference between the formal and informal report, we'll talk about it. The same thing showing. Okay, all right. Anyone, so if you cannot explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough, means that you have to be sure about what you have added in the report and Now, today, it's not just about passively writing a report. Okay? Do you understand, students? It is not about passively writing about the report. You also have to present it, right? So, presentation comes along with the report, and now it has become one single entity. If you have a report made, it could be a PPT, it could be anything. It could be PPT with all the other sheets like Excel and graphs and tables and everything, correct? So you should be able to explain it. So it's not a passive activity that you have already explained and that's my job. But that's not how it is. You have to be able enough, have the potential enough to present and explain everything once again. So, and you cannot do unless and until you understand it well. Is it clear to everyone? Yes? Anuj is asking, what is data visualization? Data visualization is what is in the data theoretically, all right, and how you present it in a tabular manner or a graphical manner so that it becomes more engaging and easy to access. Right? All right. We'll move ahead. Now, this is what the structure of report look like. Can you all have please divert your attention towards the screen and not the chat box for a moment? Now, yes. So in examination, students, you won't be asked to write down you would not be asked to write down the report. Okay. But you can be asked some theoretical questions like what is the use of report and what are the major kinds of reports, which is very easily available in your Amigo portal. Then there can also be a question about the structure of reports, like what are the elements that are included in a report? What are the different types of visual aids used in a report? Okay. I hope I made myself clear. A lot of students keep on asking, ma'am, you don't tell us important questions. So I always tell important questions. You have to be attentive about it. Okay. So I'll just repeat like what are the uses of reports? What is a report, right? What are the important elements? What are the elements in the structure of reports? All the elements you have to mention, and there will be no question about writing a report. Okay, that's for sure. But then questions like these can come. All right. And yes, the types of reports also. Okay. Thank you, Ramsha. All right, now let us look at the structure, please, everyone. Now, you have a title page, students. It will include the title of the report. It will have the author's name, date, and other information, other necessary information. Then you have executive summary. Now, this is very important, students. Like I told you, this particular report is made for catering the leadership, for example, the stakeholders and everyone. Now, I told you before also that some our leadership do not have enough time to read each and every word. I hope you'll agree with me there. Yes, they don't have that much of time. Is that correct? So, what will they do? They will read the executive summary. Executive summary summarizes the key points, findings, and recommendations of the report in a concise manner. And the people who are at the at the leadership roles, they can read it and they can have a proper understanding also. Of course, it will not be the complete understanding, but still a proper understanding. Correct. Yeah, it's like a short summary. Then you have table of contents, list the main sections and subsections of the report with page numbers for easy navigation. Then you'll have introduction where you provide background information, objectives, scopes, and context to the whole report. Then you have body, presenting main content of the report. Everything will come, of course, in body, which may include sections such as methodology, findings, analysis, discussion, conclusion, so many things. Then you also have recommendations. You can have some offerable actions. You can have some points which you can put forward as suggestions or anything like that. It could also include the findings. Of course, in the end, you have conclusion that these are all the things that we have discussed. Then references, that what all you use to write the report. Last, you can have appendices also, including additional information or supporting information added there. right? I think this is very easy for all of you to understand. You should be able to write down the structure of report in the examination if it comes. Okay. There is no such thing as informal report, Sanya. Okay, only formal reports, and there are different kinds of formal reports. This is definitely a formal report. Clear to everyone? Yes? Okay. Yes, this is same, of course. Report writing in Amigo portal, and this is what it is, right? All right, so other points, let us discuss other points. So, reports, they rely on data, okay, evidence, research, and analysis to support the information presented. It's not like, a person asked, just a few minutes ago that can we write down our own views. So, definitely, it has nothing to do with your views or with your, with your feelings at all. It is based strictly on data and evidence. I hope this is clear to everyone. Yes? Prashant is asking where is it on the textbook? So you can please check out the fourth module and everything is there. Yeah? So this may include quantitative data or even qualitative data. So you can have qualitative observations like survey, interviews, case studies, literature reviews, everything. So not your feelings, but opinions, as in a survey of opinions, okay, to make things more statistically understandable, right? And Ria has here given the answer 132nd, 132 page. All right, you can go and find all of this. All right. Now, objectives and neutral tone, like I've already, I think, mentioned, your reports will not have your feelings. And so it is like writing a document. So it will not have any other tone other than neutrality. There's going to be neutrality in your tone. On 132 page of your book, you can find all of this. Okay. That is report writing. Okay. Whoever has not received the textbook, they can read all of this over Amigo portal. You can go to the course Professional Communication and everything is available there, right? Coming to professional formatting, students, this is very important. Now, reports are typically formatted professionally using appropriate fonts, styles, and headings, spacing, and layout for readability and clarity. Now, one thing I want to add to this is every company can have different setup, different template. So it's not, I would say, it is not an universal thing. Every company, every publishing house, they have different way of formatting. So that could be according to the company that you're working in. Fine. So yes, I think this is done, and now we come to different types of visual aids that are used in report writing or report presentation. Now, can you all look at these symbols and mention their names in the chat box, please? Very good. Yes, we have images, pie chart, map, uh, presentation, bar chart, video, hierarchy, pyramid, very good. Connections, flow chart, relations, hologram. Very good, very good. Mind maps, where are mind maps? Great, students. So, in your examination, there can be a question which can, ask you to list down different types of visual aids. So you can list down any of these. Okay, you should remember the names in your SLMs. Also, it is given very clearly, so you can go through them. Right. I also have the names with me. Just give me a second. These are the different types of visual aids. Everyone. You have bar chart, line chart, pie chart, scatter plot. So basically you have charts, you have graphs, you have table, you have diagrams, maps, infographics, illustrations, visual timelines, model and mock-ups, photographs and images, video animation, interactive visuals, icons and symbols, mind maps. And in the last, I would say statistical analysis visual, right? I hope this is clear to all of you, right? So visual aids. Now you tell me, students, Why are these visual aids so important and relevant in any presentation or report presentation? Okay, for proper understanding, easy to understand. All right. Make it attractive. You can say, yeah, maybe. To keep reports short, also. Very good. Quick to understand. Look, okay. Attention. One thing you need to understand is when you're, like, for example, I write a lot of things on this slide. Okay. The slide full of verbos, right? What will happen is you will sleep, isn't it, students? Will you sleep or will you not sleep? I think if you will all have to read a lot from the slide, okay, even if that even if the things that are written, they are organized and everything, will it not make you bored? Yeah. Yes, it will be boring, correct? So everything has to be a semblance. There should be a synergy on a slide. There should be some part made for words, okay, and other for symbols, okay, which can actually enhance the text. Basically, it's not text alone, and it's not visual report alone, but it will enhance the textual understanding. Yes, I hope this is clear. Like, for example, Pallavi has a very good example here. She says movie is more attractive than a written biography. Yeah, maybe. For some people, they don't like to read books, right? So they would watch the movie, the book adaptation of uh, the movie adaptation of the book. So why? Because it is more engaging, and you will not have to read 500 pages. Although I am a different person, I like to read the books. So that is one thing. Yes, Natish says time saving and look professional to convey the idea. Very good. Right. Okay, so very well. I think you all understand this. So I'll just explain this bit to you very quickly. So yes, visual aids, they enhance clarity. They help to clarify complex information by presenting it in a visually accessible format. Every time, all the time, please remember that visual aids enhance the textual understanding. They cannot go alone, students. They should never go alone, also, right? Because you need the text also to convey everything again in the visual form. So visual aids help in clarifying complex information by presenting in a visually accessible format. They break down data, concepts, and processes into easily understandable visuals. Second, improved understanding. Visuals such as charts or graphs or diagram, they improve comprehension by providing a visual representation of relationship, trends, patterns in the data. For example, you all know, there's a big sale going on, right? Like for Amazon and Flipkart, yes, Mintra, all of them, they are having big sale, yes. And Pallavi saying sale is a scam. I agree. So there's a lot of noise about sale. Sorry. So at the end of the sale, you'll see that they would present a report based on that sale, that how many iPhones were sold. 1 lakh iPhones were sold in India. 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, anything, I don't know. Things were sold, and Jishan is saying on EMI, right? So, what is it that you actually are able to present things in a very easier manner, and it in the visual representation of anything, like for example trends or patterns, so it can be done. So there's an improved understanding there if you're not even giving a lot of text also. So it looks really very catchy, right? Right. Shoes. Very good. All right. Ravi says, ma'am, we can also visual aids are used because they make information easier to understand, faster to grasp. Very good. They help explain. Yeah, that's what we are talking, Ravi. Thank you. Uh, Vivek is asking, ma'am, which version of iPhone you use? Not 17, definitely. All right. So, increased engagement, visual aids make reports more engaging, interesting to readers. Like, you want to see, oh my God, okay, like this is the rising things and this is the things coming down, and everything is more interesting. You wouldn't like to read it, rather, you would want to look at it. But textual part should always be there, it shouldn't be displaced. Okay. All right, so they capture attention, maintain interest, and enhance the overall readability of the report. I hope this is clear to all of you. Facilitating decision making. So, visual aid decision making by presenting key information, comparisons, and trends in a clear and concise manner. They help stakeholders to make informed decisions based on visual insights. So, just imagine, why are these, what you call the what do you call these commerce, online commerce, yeah, commerce, these e-commerce, yes, thank you. These e-commerce platform, they are high on sending or selling iPhones or electronics. Probably then they might have seen the pattern down the ages, right? That a lot many of the iPhones or electronic items are being sold, and people are really curious and interested in buying these what you call electronic devices in the sale. So on the basis of the reports previously, they're making sure that more and more electronic devices are sold, more and more shoes of luxury brands are sold, right? So this is of course done on the basis of reports. It cannot be done without reports. If you leave the company, the Flipkart people or the Amazon people, they're not looking at the reports at all, then how will their productivity, their actually profit, how will they make profits from the sale if they don't know what is the buying pattern of India, right? So to know the buying pattern of India, they need to have a report. Is that clear to everyone? Yes? Great. Moving further. So, yes, efficient communication also is there through visual aids. Complex ideas, very difficult ideas, very easily can be shown through the visual aids. Then, highlighting key points. Visuals can be used to highlight key findings, recommendations, or insights in the report. For example, you want to write down in your report everyone's understanding on a particular topic. So now what people have started doing in reports, that they now compile a video, right? So that people, you will not have to read what everyone had to say. You can watch what everyone has to say. So it becomes like a very highlighting key point. And at the same time, it's interesting to watch. Correct. Supporting analysis. So like I said, visual aid shouldn't replace the text, rather it should be a supporting tool, or I can say a tool which complements the whole report. Yes. Enhanced clarity, tell again. Okay, enhanced clarity, yes, of course, whatever is written in a very complex manner is clearly shown in a visual aid, and it enhances your clarity. It improves your quality, clarity, as in whatever you could read is one thing, you understood, but you want more specific clarity over it. So the visual aid is there to bring that. Okay. All right, accessible presentation, enhance professionalism. This is important. Can anyone talk about enhancing professionalism? How do you think visual aid or visual aids enhance professionalism in your report? Do you think it does that? Yes? No? Anything? Yes, of course. Some people are saying definitely. It shows clear objective, okay. Minimum words can explain, okay. See, enhancing professionalism, as in, your report will have a proper organized structure, right? It will look really sharp, and it will add a quality to the report, right? So that is, can be added in professionalism, that there is so much of formal structure, and everything is demonstrated in attention to detail, organization, and effective communication. So it adds to the professional quality of the report. It adds to the professional quality of the report. Okay. All right. So Sadia says using colors, fonts, design that are professional. Yes, correct. All right. Okay. Fine. Memory retention. I think you all will agree with me that memory retention is the main agenda when it comes to visual representation. Now you read so many things. For example, you read a newspaper, but then newspaper also has pictures, right? So that you can remember things. You can easily come to a point here. Okay, the colors, the visual actually representations, they stimulate your mind. They help you retain certain things. Okay. For example, Anuj says, don't use dark colors as it reduces professionalism. Maybe. So visual aid in memory retention as they create visual cues and association that make information easier to remember and recall. So that you can recall. Yes, in that slide, I saw that there was something was highlighted in the yellow color and the pie chart mentioned. So there is always, a help that you get from visual aids, not text, but visual aids, right? Let's say four types of visual aids. So you can maybe write down charts, graphs, tables, diagrams, maps, all of these. Okay, just for a list that could come as a part of a question. Okay, not a complete question, but a part of a question, right? All right. What is the difference between charts and graphs? Okay, who will tell that? They're similar, right? Overall, Ramsha says report helps in making decision by providing accurate, organized information and serves as a permanent record. Very good. I'm just going to copy what Ramsha has listed and share it with everyone. Yeah. So chart is a kind of flow diagram. Yes, it could be like that. And graphs are typically where you have grid and everything. Yeah. All right, students. So I think with this, we are done with the fourth module. I'm just going to repeat everything. So we discussed about report and professional communication. We talked about the usage, the whole purpose of writing a report. Then we talked about the structure of the report and some important points such as how the report should be neutral. And these are the different types of visual aids and how visual aids help. Now it is your responsibility to go back to the Amigo portal, your notes which are there on the Amigo portal, and read the types of reports. Okay, there are different types of reports. It can come in your examinations also. So now you should read that and make sure that you understand it. If there is any doubt, you can write to me or ask your professor and ask me, ma'am, I have doubt in this particular section. Rather than asking me about live class recording not uploaded, ask me these things. Okay, the recordings will be there either by evening today or by tomorrow. Okay, all right. Okay, let me see the questions here. Is the exam MCQ? See, examination have a different pattern. You have three sections in your examination. Section A and Section B, they are subjective type. And Section C is a multiple choice question type. Okay, so you have a combination there. Okay, if you have any doubt, Anuj, you can write to me or ask your professor using Amigo portal. You can find me there. You can write down my name and find me, and then you can write down your doubts. Okay? All right. Today's session was the best of all sessions. Thank you so much, Om and everyone else. Why do you want to know who will set the question paper? No such questions, please. Any questions? Okay, ma'am, you're going to say something about Amigo calendar. So you can find the classes and everything over Amigo portal, students. All right. Charul, I'll talk about it. Okay, everyone, I think this is clear to all of you. Just 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. All right. Okay, so that's all for the session, students. Thank you so much for being so very interactive. Okay, it was really great. And thank you, everyone. Happy learning to all of you. We'll meet again for the fifth and final module very soon. Okay, all right. Thank you.